I would like you to do section A, just section A. Please pay careful attention. We're going to have to use some of the parsing skills that we've developed in this chapter to help out with this. Look up at the endings. The endings are going to help you with the translation. Pay close attention. Translate the word. After you finish section A, stand quietly to let me know that you're done. Any questions about what you need to do? All right. What? 49. There we go. Yep. So go ahead and start that. Sure, if you want to do a stand-up check, that's fine. But just remember the rules of stand-up check. If you get it wrong, you're supposed to do what? Sit down and fix it and yeah, and what I'm looking for and here's what I was looking for. Yes, all of that is true. Sit down, stay down, make the correction, stay quiet. All of those are great. Yes. But what I was also looking for is if you don't know why it's wrong, ask a question. Okay? Because if we're checking something and you don't know why it's wrong, does that really help you? No, it doesn't. So, and that goes for any kind of check we do, whether it's a practice that we've done in class, an example we're doing on whiteboards. You know how we go over grammar tests from time to time, whenever we're going over those grammar tests. If at any point you don't understand something, ask the question. So that way I can help you understand it. Yes, ma'am. Lila. All right. Our first one is habitas. Habitas. What do we get for that one? What, Kevin? No, that is incorrect. Bryson. You live. You live. So, guys, you have to look at that. You have to do a couple of things here. You have to look at the word, and you have to first say habitas. What does that word mean? You got to know your vocabulary. You got to know that means to live or to dwell. Okay, and then if I know it's to live or to dwell, I then need to know that it's a verb. So if it's a verb, I know that verbs have person, number, and tense. So person, number, and tense, second person singular. And if I know a second person singular, I know that the second person pronoun is you. And do you see what's happening here, guys? We're taking a lot of the things that we've learned. Vocabulary, endings, how to conjugate, how to translate those conjugations. And now you're having to put all those skills together so we can get this translation of you live. And that's why at the beginning of the exercise, guys, I said be very careful, pay close attention to those endings. Yes, ma'am. Question? Possibly. But before I let you possibly do that, did anybody look at that and think that was a masculine word because of the U.S.?
No.
Good. Good. Because often I'll have folks who do that. Because they'll see this U.S. and say, oh, that's masculine. Well, no, because there's your ending. And so, Lila, what's the translation? Good. We watch. Did anybody say we guard instead?
I did.
That's fine. Did anybody do both? That's fine. That's fine. It's important to know both ways of translating it. Well done. Demonstro. Demonstro. What's that one? Connor.
Too short a pronoun.
Not two. To show would be demonstrare. Need some help?
I show?
Yes. I show or point out. All right? Clematis. Clematis. Yeah. Oh. Y'all.
Y'all.
Yes. Now, someone in the other class asked a really great question about y'all. It's like, okay, Mr. Cobb, I always get confused about the proper spelling of y'all.
You are.
That's how we spell it, and it is, I heard someone say it over here, it's a contraction.
That's what I said.
And so a contraction is where we take out one or more letters, and we contract or make the word smaller. and we take the words or the letters that we've replaced and we replace it with an apostrophe. So, for example, cannot becomes can't. We will becomes wheel. I know that's kind of weird, isn't it? But here's one that's kind of weird. Does anyone ever say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am?
Yes. Yes, sir.
That actually comes from the word ma'am. So sometimes a contraction could just be one word we've taken out a letter. So I thought that was pretty cool when I learned that. And so y'all, and I think Connor, I heard you say this, and if you did, you're correct. And if you didn't, whoever said it was correct. Y'all is a contraction of you all. All right. Excellent. Number 5. Tardo. Bryce. I delay. And on tomorrow's vocabulary quiz, I hope that no one gets this word wrong. Because we've spent more time on this word than any other word in the chapter.
Yes.
If you think about it. Yep.
That's so long. We literally spend most of the time.
All right. Kumta Kent Klamat. Everybody.
When they are silent, they shout.
Cicero, yes.
We have Cicero.
Nope. Here's why. Here's why. What do the instructions tell you? No, what do the instructions say? Translation. So you're translating it. You don't have to tell me who said it. Now, if I ever asked you to translate this, do you think it would be impressive to me if you also told me who said it?
Yeah.
And am I the kind of guy who might toss you an extra point for showing something?
Yeah.
So one of the folks who taught me a lot about teaching once shared with me that a test or a quiz or an assessment is an opportunity for you, the student, to share what you know about something. So if the teacher asks a question and you know more than what they've asked for, feel free to give more. At least in my class, feel free to give more. I don't mind if you tell me more. Now, understand you don't get to change the question. You can't say, oh, it's a math test. And I've got to do this problem. And I can't say, well, I've decided to change it to. You don't get to do that. Does that make sense? Okay. But you can tell me what those different parts are, right? Okay. All right, we're going to take a slight shift now and go to more nouns than verbs. So number 7 is hortus. Yes? Garden. All right. Luppy. Jackson. Close. Collins. Wolves. Plural. Did you make the wolves plural?
No.
If you didn't make the wolves plural, please have a seat. Okay, now, let's talk about this for a second. You see the parentheses next to it? Where it says nom? That doesn't stand for nom, 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 nom. Miso.
Nominative.
That stands for nominative. And the reason they do that, guys, is if I'm looking at my masculine endings, us, e, o, e, or east, us, east, quack, quack, I'm way off today. Now, if I just see the word lucky, and if I know that word means wolf, I can tell that luppy has a genitive ending and a nominative ending. Now, and several of you asked me already, hey, we haven't done genitives, but we really haven't gotten to sentences at all yet. But someone's asked me, hey, Mr. Cobb, how do we know whether something is in the nominative case or the genitive case or the dative case or the ablative case? And if you remember, I told you the context on how it's being used in the sentence, right? You guys remember me saying that? Okay. Now, do I have a sentence here? No. So is there any context? No. So if the book doesn't tell us wool, nominative, we don't know that it's nominative and it needs to be plural. Yeah, Pierce. What, did you sit down for something else? Did you spell wolf wrong because you did FS instead of VES? Then yeah, you need to have a seat. Okay? Now, bonus question at no additional expense to you, your parents, or anyone providing financial assistance to your family. If instead of nominative, the book told us genitive, how would we translate it? Cabin. No, because cabin, if it's genitive, is it plural anymore? So it's not that. Yeah, Emma? Alice? Sorry. Of the. I can't let you guys sit so close to each other. I got my two favorite E palindromes sitting next to one another. All right. So, of the. Very good. Well, I am not having a good day. All right. So, yeah, if it was in it, it would be of the wool, singular. Now, the interesting thing is in that next one, I don't know why they told us genitive there, because I don't know of any other ending that you guys have learned so far that is ARUM other than first declension plural genitive case. But anyway, there you go. I guess maybe the book is trying to help you out because that form can be confusing. All right, so what's my translation for number 9? Number 9. Yes, ma'am. Close. Not quite. Bryson. Okay. Nora. Of, yeah, because it's genitive case. Of the, and I'm going to, this is going to sound a little picky here, guys, but it's of the maid servants. Here's why. The word servant, or female servant, is formula. You've learned that word. The word maid is a different word. The word maid servant is ankylon. Okay? Make sense? Awesome. All right. Next. Fenestra. Yes, ma'am? Window. That'd be porta porta. All right. And parallel. Nora. I prepare. All right, guys, your vocabulary quiz is tomorrow. Someone was asking earlier in the week, do we have to do derivatives? Yes, you have to do derivatives. So be prepared for that. I will